Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have been watching this conflict in Ukraine since it began, and I've been reading daily the Ukrainian media and the Russian media a few times a day, not once, a few times a day, every day. And I couldn't stop, because I had to learn and I had to understand what's going on. And I noticed a pattern in the Ukrainian reporting, in the Ukrainian newspaper or media reporting. And it is whenever they use terms referring to a situation as dynamic or tense, that means the situation is already dead. They are reporting about 48 hours, let's say, before it happened. So today, let's say Kupyansk fell, as the Russians claim. Kupyansk fell. I said Kupyansk is about to fall for about, a few months already, 2-3 months. 2 days ago, and yesterday and today, the Ukrainian media claimed that on the Kupyansk front, the situation is tense and dynamic. So I knew Kupyansk fell. Because they knew they will report that it really fell in about 2 days from now. Until then, they will still debate and dispute. So, Kupyansk fell, is under Russian control, according to the Russians. I will show you maps. So this is the first topic for this video. The second one, I can't even believe I have to say this, I have to keep calm. The foreign minister of Poland threatens Russia. He warns Russia. You've been warned. When we, according to Mr. Sikorski, when we are going to smack you, Russia, then don't come back whining. These are the precise words he uses. Because I warned you. Now, Mr. Sikorski, according to some, people, he might be an MI6 or even a Mossad guy. I don't know yet. I'm pretty sure that he works for the Brits the way he acts for or in behalf of Poland and Polish people. So remember, Poland warns Russia. When we're gonna smack you, don't come here whining. All right, let's go. I have to keep myself in check, all right? So let's start with the first piece of news where the situation is dynamic and tense. This comes from Sputnik right there. So Sputnik says this: Russia troops successfully completing task of taking control of Kupyansk. Ministry of Defense. This is according to Russians. I will show you. The situation has been like that for some time. Russia's battle group Zapad is successfully completing the task of taking control of the city of Kupyansk in Kharkov region, the defense ministry said on Tuesday. And I'm quoting, but in the meantime, let me put my glasses so I don't read stupid stuff. And I'm quoting: formations and military units of the Zapad group of forces are successfully solving the task of liberating the city of Kupyansk. The ministry said the Russian military has blocked up to 700 Ukrainian troops in Kupyansk and has already destroyed 250 of them. That means clean up map operation right there. So they blocked them. That means they are encircled. The ministry said, adding that the Russian forces took control of 5,667 out of 8,667 buildings in the city. So that's not all of it. Currently, Russian troops have blocked a large number of groups from the northern and western sides, taking it into semicircle. Combat missions are continuing to block the neo-Nazis from the southern side. The success of the Russian troops in Kupyansk was facilitated by the tactics of underground landing troops. Why, did they come from the ground or something? Like, how do you call those things that come from the ground? What do you call those animals? The furry animals, I can't remember. No, the moles. Are there moles now going in the ground and come up in Kupyansk and shoot from behind? Anyway, that acted throughout enduring communication, the Russian pop. Kupyansk has become a key target for the Ukrainian command to control the eastern part of Kharkov region. The city which the Russian armed forces are currently taking control of is an important logistics center through which supply routes for the Ukrainian armed forces group on the southern bank of the Oskil River Pass, the ministry said in a statement. And I'm quoting, in this regard, Kupyansk became a key target for the Ukrainian command and control the eastern part of Kharkov region. Okay, Ukrainian troops have turned Kupyansk into a powerful fortified area, an actual fortress. Control over Kupyansk will allow for further development of the offensive deep into Kharkov region, including in the direction of Izium and Shuguyev. The statement read, adding that this will also open direct route to Volchansk from the south to meet advancing troop of Russians battle group Sever. Alright, so what's going on over here? I'm not going to say how many these guys lost, 1,800 soldiers, 36 tanks, and blah blah blah. So, the title says, Russia troops successfully completing task of taking control and encircling those guys, according to the Russians. So let's look over the map, the Russian map, and this is not an updated map, it's from the 22nd, but most of them are from the 22nd. We're going in Kharkov, okay, and we have here Izium, and we have here Kupyansk. This is Kupyansk. The Russians say they are blocking them in the west over here and north, and the south they are advancing from here. And they say once we get here, these guys are done, where we're gonna go down to Izium and gonna be encircled. And from Kupyansk, we will go here and encircle them right here, according to this guy. But how about Kharkiv, the city? Izium is right here. Izium Square is right here. So they will go towards this, as they said. So this fails or falls is falling, however you want to call it. Maybe they are already done. But remember, they used here successfully completing task. All right. And they say that are successfully solving the task of liberating the city of Kupyansk. They blocked 700 Ukrainian troops in Kupyansk. Okay, so this is the first topic. I think Kupyansk will fall nevertheless. Let me show you another map. This comes from the deep state. This is a Ukrainian, right there. A Ukrainian, how should I put it? I don't want to say media outlet, but they update the front every day. But today, here is Kupyansk. And here is where the Russians are advancing. That way to block them right here and go in here. This is from yesterday as it was the Russian map. All right, that's the first one. Second, NATO state threatens to shoot down Russian aircraft. Nothing new. Poland previously accused Russia of violating its airspace but failed to provide evidence, according to Moscow. Now this is good reporting, all right? According to Moscow. This is Sikorski. This is the Polish guy who I think works for the Brits. All right, I think, but we'll find out with time. And this is what he says. The latest warning came during a meeting convened by another NATO member, Estonia, which also accused Russia of violating its airspace. And here is what Sikorski said. Pay attention. You, Russia, you have been warned, Sikorski said. And I'm quoting again, if another missile or aircraft enters our airspace without permission, either deliberately or by mistake, and gets shot down and the wreckage falls on NATO territory, please don't come here to whine about it. Moscow responded by saying neither Warsaw nor Brussels needs the truth. Well, let's see. You have been warned. First, you can't blame Sikorski for really saying, well, if any how should I put it? Any missile violates my airspace, I shoot it down. I'm all for it. 100% I'm for it. So let's say I'm Polish guy, live in Poland, and a Russian missile shows up, or a Russian airplane, fighter jet, whatever it might be, enters the Polish airspace. I am all for it to be shot down. I am all for it. That's normal. I'm okay. And he warns them. What I don't like is the tone. All right. First, the Poles could be erased yesterday if the Russians want. Okay, that's a fact. If the Russians really want, there will be no Polish people or anybody else in Poland tomorrow. Could be in Canada, United States of America, Australia, and other places, but not in Poland. Poland could be depopulated in 1 minute. Right? I mean, you have to agree with that. Speaking like that is like you speak to a child. I understand Poland needs to show power, but why did those drones that the Russians claim the Poles did not provide any evidence that they were Russians, why did those drones land and enter the Polish territory? Well, what has Poland been doing for the past 3 years and a half in Ukraine? Poland for 3 years and a half was providing Ukraine with a bloodline. Without Poland and its border to Ukraine, Ukraine would have had only Romania. Right? Slovakia and Hungary closed their borders to this kind of garbage. So Poland is not a victim here. It's not a person or entity or country that's, we just got attacked, man. We just got attacked. We have to retaliate. We have to be strong and we have to warn you. No, you guys, the guys in charge of you, to be more precise, got you in an altercation with Russia for 3 years and a half. Russia did not smack you yet. Now they send about 19 drones, if true, and you've been warned. You've been fighting against Russia for 3 years and a half. Without your support, Ukraine would have been gone in 2 weeks. Yes, without your support, without you facilitating NATO's transition of equipment through your territory into Ukraine. Let me show you. Let me show you if you don't believe me. So to tell me that we are the victims, no, I think the other side is the victim. Here it is. This is Ukraine. This is Poland right here, the border with Ukraine. This is where all the transports come, this way and this way. This is the baboons in Romania, okay? I saw the convoys when I was over there last year, just so you know. And I saw the airplanes flying, the military airplanes flying from Bucharest north, if you know what I mean. So I know that for a fact. Here, this is the entrance, just so you know. This is the entrance right here, but mostly through Moldova, right here. And this is the entrance from Poland. You got it? So without these guys mainly, why? Because it's easier, if you look over the map, and I'm going to show you the map, right there, if it's easier, right here, Poland, to get from the United States of America, landing in Poland, boof right here, Germany, boof right there, Brits, Poland, boof right there. So this is the entrance right there and right here, just so you know. So without you facilitating that, the war would have been over and we would have had peace for 3 years and a half. But it's you. You see how things can be turned? So nobody asked Poland to get involved in my scuffle with my neighbor. You got involved on your own against me. You have been my proven enemy for 3 years and a half. 3 years and a half. I didn't do anything to you. Now I did. And now you are upset? I would send, I don't know, like 50 oreshniks if I have them already. Then we're talking. I'm just kidding. Anyway, my friends, here it is. Sikorski, you've been warned. Well, what do you think will happen? I'm all for hitting them on your territory, but that's not the goal. The goal is to shoot outside of NATO's territory into Ukraine, or maybe in the Baltic Sea. And then what are you going to say? Because you say, well, the Russian aircraft entered our airspace. And the Russian says, that's not true. That's a declaration of war. We're going to hit you. So what are you going to do then? Because you and I, my friends, my viewer, my friend, you and I will not be able to know 100% what was the flight coordinates of that plane or that missile. We will not. We will just rely on what the military tells us. The military tells their baboons, the baboons put it in the media, and the media will tell us. There's no way you can find out. Unless you're in the control room and you look at the trajectory, at the flight pattern. And you are not. Neither am I. So we have to rely on Russia says no, NATO says yes. The problem is, what are you going to do about it? Russia will have no patience with Poland. No patience with Poland. Why? History. And Poland has no patience with Russia. After all, the problem is the Russians did not smack them in the past 3 years and a half. The Poles did. hoping that they're right here, saved by the Americans. They can... That's what they've been doing. And the Russians now just said, let me show you this. And everybody's, oh my God, no, hey. No, stop. That's it, time out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The tone. But you can say, well, what tone you want, Emil? Well, a little bit of more self-awareness about what you've been doing for 3 years and a half. Compared with that, you have no reason to show so much. Without your help, there will be no drones or no missiles flying over, let's say, Russia per se, like Moscow, without your help. So, thank you very much for being with me again today. And I don't like Sikorski, just so you know. Not because I don't like his face. He's married to Anna Applebaum. Havana gila papa da di da papa da di da di da da da. Hey, ta 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 ta. I get carried out now. My youth in the kibbutz. My youth times in the kibbutz over there, the communist kibbutz. Those times, man, those times. Shalom. See you next time. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.